a route book or a retailer order book, or it's a handheld terminal which has become a norm given the digitalization. Route plan is one of the most important parameters for any sales coverage. However, for an effective sales coverage, one is to ensure the right mix of availability and visibility and the right set of tools that a salesman needs to ensure when he's in the market. Route plan, I think, is just a starting point for any effective sales coverage. Having said that, when it comes to availability, the salesman needs to ensure that he has the right set of products in the right set of outlets. He has to ensure the right range of products that needs to go into that outlet. For example, a salesman goes to the outlet with, let's say, 50 SKUs, but then there might be only 10 SKUs which are relevant to that particular outlet, and the salesman has to ensure that all those 10 SKUs are available in that outlet, which we also call a must sell list. The second bit is the right quantity. The salesman basically needs to ensure that he maintains the sell to in norms, because it's always important that the quantity he builds to the outlet is not more or not less as per the sell-in norms. How do we arrive at the sell-in norms? The salesman needs to look at the last week's sales history of that particular outlet. The other bit is he needs to check the stock at the outlet when he is visiting the outlet. The third thing is the seasonality also plays a major role. And the fourth thing is obviously the trade schemes which a company is running for the particular month. When it comes to visibility, the salesman needs to ensure that the product is well displayed. When I say well displayed, there are three things that need to be kept in mind. One is the location. When we say location, the salesman needs to ensure that the product is available at the hotspot. When I say hotspot, hotspots are those points. For example, it's a point that's right behind the retailer is one of the hotspots. The other could be, at the category shelf. The other could be at the countertop, and the other could be at the entrance of the outlets, etc., etc. And the salesman also needs to ensure that the cold spots are avoided. When I say cold spot, it could be a point behind the pillar, or it could be a point that's, the product is available in the category shelf, but it's behind the competitor pack. So one has to ensure that these are avoided. The second bit is height. The product always should be at the eye level. It could be at a 5 to 6 feet, which is an ideal eye level for a consumer. The third bit is the space. The salesman needs to ensure that the right share of shelf is taken by our company for our products. For example, in a particular category, there might be X number of competition playing, but we have to ensure that we have the maximum space that's being captured depending on our market shares as well. That's on visibility. When it comes to the tools, which I mentioned when we started, so the salesman needs to ensure that he's carrying the right set of tools when he's visiting the market. Number one is the product detailer. Why do we need a product detailer? Is because he needs to explain the feature and the benefit of the product to the retailer, which at times is a must. The other thing is a route book or a retailer order book, or it's a handheld terminal which has become a norm given the digitalization. So that kind of gives him a recommendation on what needs to be built to the retailer. It helps him to sell range as well, and it also helps him to capture a retail order. When it comes to the third part, the third thing that he needs to ensure is that he carries samples when he's in the market. By carrying samples, he is able to introduce the line to the retailer, that's one, and also it helps him to launch a new product. The fourth and the final thing which I feel is a very important tool for us to enable a salesman in the market would be a POSM. A POSM, I feel, acts like a silent salesman, and it helps to influence offtake from the outlet. Having said that, all these tools and ensuring availability and visibility would only be possible if we train our guys well in advance. And I would recommend a daily gate meeting that needs to happen at the start of the day, or it could also happen at the end of the day depending on the availability of time for the team.